Hey everybody, it's the old sports editor Ronnie Gallagher, and we're here for another edition of the Sundrop pregame show. Tonight we're over in Mount Ulla for West Rowan and South Rowan. And you know what? It's really a crazy Friday night because you look at the standings today, and West Rowan, who's been to 4 straight 3A state championships, is not in first place. And South Rowan, who's only won 1 game last year, the Raiders are in first place. So you see that sign back there that says Falcon Pride. The Falcons are mad, and they are ready to make amends for last week's loss at Statesville. South Rowan came up and beat West Iredell in convincing fashion, 40-20. So it should be a good game. You know that people still think West is going to win, but you know that it's a confident bunch of Raiders. So we'll have to see what happens, and we're going to let the coaches tell us about it. We're going to go out and find Scott Young at West and Jason Rollins at South Rowan. So let's go find the coaches right now. Okay, we're here with Jason Rollins, the South Rowan coach. You know, Jason, times have changed. You're in first place. West Rowan isn't. Have y'all come off that high from your win last week?
Yeah, well, I mean, you come back to reality on Monday and start practicing. That's exactly what we did. And, we watched film, and we spent a long Monday out on the field. We actually practiced Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday we went long on the field. I mean, we felt like we needed to continue to keep doing what we were doing in the past couple of weeks to get better, so that's what we did.
You know, we did the Rome in the County show earlier in the week. We talked about that win, but now let's talk about West Rowan. What do you have to do tonight to stop the Falcons?
Well, I mean, they run that I formation and power. I mean, it's a great thing for them. They bounce it real well, and we've got to do a good job outside. We've got to make sure that our linebackers are scraping and our outside backers are filling and fitting at the line of scrimmage, and ends are not getting blown back. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. They say the game's won between the tackles, and that's what's going to happen tonight, and we're going to find out.
You've always talked about what good friends you are with Scott Young over at West and how you try to pattern your program after his, right?
Well, I have a lot of respect for Scott. I know a lot of coaches always complain and they've won year in and year out. But, I got a lot of respect for him. I respect the whole staff and, the guys over at North now that we're here. I mean, I got a lot of respect for those guys. And, it's good to have that type of camaraderie in the county. And I think, all the coaches in the county, work together real well. But Scott's just a great guy. And, like I said, I have a lot of respect for him.
And now you get to face him tonight. Good luck, Jason.
Thank you, man.
Okay, I'm here with Scott Young, the coach at West Rowan. I was saying in the pregame how it's so weird that you're playing South and West is not in first place and South is. That's a change.
It is, but it's something that we brought to our kids' attention, and it's something we have to address. And I'm very concerned about it because we showed some vulnerability on film of the deep ball, and they've got some receivers that can catch the deep ball, and they've got a quarterback that can throw the deep ball. So we're worried about it, and we're going to have some new secondary guys out there this week.
Okay. And after losing to Statesville last week, what was the feel this week, and how'd you get the guys back up?
Well, our kids are resilient, and I was reading the Salisbury Post this morning with some of our coaches, and we read in the Post that we had not lost back-to-back games since 22. So, that's been a decade since we lost back-to-back games, so that even puts more pressure on us to come out here and try to get a win somehow.
You're always seeing it on all levels, how when a good team like yours with a tradition loses, how it really just pumps them up even more for the next game.
We hope so. We hope our kids respond and come out and look really good tonight. We need to look sharp tonight. We need to address our problems and correct our mistakes, and hopefully we can just slowly improve week by week as we go towards the playoffs.
Well, it should be a good game. Thanks, Scott.
Thank y'all for being here.
Sure.
But at any rate, guys, what I want to talk to you about a minute, and I want to be serious about it, and it's something you've read about a lot, you've heard it talked about a lot, but we haven't talked about it. Last week, we lost a conference game for the first time in a really long time. A 32-game winning conference streak came to an end. Well, that's bad. It's not acceptable. And when we watched those film and we talked about the mistakes we made, we understood that we helped them break our streak. We got to credit them. We got to credit them because they broke our streak. But we helped them along the way, all right? The beauty of all these streaks You go back to a year and 5 weeks ago when we had the nation's longest winning streak, and then we had it snapped by Mooresville. The following Friday, you have an opportunity to start a new streak. We lost to South Point up here on that Saturday game. It broke another winning streak. But then we won 11 straight till we lost in Chapel Hill. There's only one good thing about having that that streak snapped last week. We can start a new one tonight. And honestly, if you think about it, everybody else around prays for those kind of streaks. They dream about those kind of streaks. At West Rowan, we live those streaks. We make those streaks. And it's time to go start another one tonight, man. Let's go play.
That counter streak is still intact. That counter streak is still intact.
Well, you heard it from Scott Young. They have quite a tradition here. They had won 32 straight games until last week, and they're going to go out here now and try to start another one against South Rowan. You know, there's some good games across the county tonight. You can read about all of them in the Salisbury Post tomorrow. And while you're doing it, drink a Sun Drop, and always remember our motto: you buy it, you drink it, you love it. Until next week, this is the old sports editor, Ronnie Gallagher, saying see you then.